Hello and welcome to this week's Q&A. A fairly heavy question this week and one that is very, very layered and without any history. I can really only provide some insights and suggestions about what I think would be helpful for you to either think about or do. Here's the question. I recently found out my partner had a one-night stand over a year ago. We've been together for just over 2 years. And I'm struggling to see a way forward with this because A, he cheated on me, and B, because he has kept it from me all this time, and C, he's also now dumping all his guilt about that on me. I have no idea what or how to think about this, and maybe I should just leave. Can you help? So the first thing to say again is I'm unaware of any background. Even if I was, I wouldn't be talking about it. This is a scenario that I will provide some insights, and then it's for you to work through with either someone like me or me. The first thing to say is that the part of your question is I have no idea what or how to think about this, and I think that is understandable. It's a lot to think about. And my first recommendation and encouragement of you is to not hurry yourself with your decisions. If this relationship is mostly good, and this is a kind of anomaly, if it's out of character and your partner was, had too much to drink or had taken something and was just, incredibly intoxicated and not aware of decision making, and you trust that as the main reason, then that's different to an affair. So that's the first thing to think about and understand more from his point of view. Make sure you get, the truth from him or her about that. And then the B part is the concealment of it. Of course, this person, I would imagine, is not telling you because it's going to blow up. And it's hurtful. So don't want to hurt your feelings, and also it's going to create conflict and the relationship might end, and then probably lives with that guilt all this time, which is part C, and then it just sort of explodes and comes out. So the concealment is, there's two things about this. One is accepting where you're at with this right now and not hurrying yourself to make a decision about whether you stay in the relationship or not, and just get as much understanding as you can about it. Why it happened, what sort of state was he or she in, and how is he or she going to regulate the consumption of drinking and drugs, if that's how this has happened, usually is. Next time, it's going to be very important. That's where you're going to start to rebuild trust, trusting that this person is going to be better at regulating intake. And the concealment, you're understanding that why have you kept it from me? And next time, if you did something in the future, it's really important to me that you're transparent. How are you going to support yourself to make sure you're able to do that? And I think it's important that you show your partner that you are, even if it's a difficult thing, that you would rather it be said and work through it than it be concealed, and because that just really erodes trust. Part C, dumping all the guilt, of course, I can imagine that, and just saying sorry over and over again is very, very common. You can just request that he or she doesn't do that, and just that you need some time to process it, and you need all the support at this point, and you understand it's difficult for them because they've been unfaithful and betrayed you, but you're really needing all the support to come towards you for the time being. So the three things are understanding, why did this happen, when did it happen, and then clarity about the future. How's your partner going to make sure that they stay in a mind state where they can ensure they're not going to make a decision like that again. And then also a promise of honesty and transparency for the future. And rebuilding trust takes a long time. So there are lots of things I could say about that. It's very important that your partner is really on board with supporting you with what you need without you being, controlling and in every way. But just for a period of time whilst that trust is being rebuilt, think about if before the infidelity came out, you were in a really trusting relationship and risk was down here, it's flipped. Now it's high risk, low trust. So you've got to very, very gradually over time work together to rebuild the trust. And and there's lots of things that you can be doing for that. And again, I really want to, the main thing I want to say is there's no hurry to make a decision about stay or leave. Of course, if you really know deep inside that you want to leave, then leave. But if you're not sure, and this person is mostly good, think about, the good enough relationship. If this is an out of character behavior, if you really kind of trust that the person was, just led astray or influenced, and help that person make sure that they're clear about the future, then you may find enough stability to stay, and just see if you can build that trust up again. The thing about relationships is that, we never have any real guarantees about these things, and that's the last thing I wanted to add, is that an infidelity, taints and poisons the purity of our relationship bubble, our aspirational mind, how we view our relationship as so pure and solid and impenetrable. And when something like this happens, the notion of that gets smashed, and it takes a while to adjust to that. But many infidelities have and can be repaired, and definitely have been repaired, and you can build a stronger relationship from this experience if you take your time and work together. Be unified in the approach and stick to it. I wish you well with that. It's a very, very difficult situation to deal with. So, best wishes and lots of love.